This is an introduction to ECAM, the Energy Charting and Metrics tool. ECAM is a tool designed to be used in Microsoft Excel in versions from 2003 through 2010. There are a couple features that aren't available in 2003, but most of the features are available in all three versions. ECAM facilitates the analysis, charting, and processing of time series data from buildings. There's a number of features that will allow you to take data in different formats and put them in the format that ECAM needs to be able to use this data. ECAM requires an even time interval data. The interval can be almost anything that's a short time interval, less than a day, but it has to be an even time interval. To get started with ECAM, you just take your data set, and here I have a simple data set that's electric interval meter data and corresponding ambient temperature. You go to your ECAM menu and select data. We get a prompt asking us are the timestamps in one column or two columns. If it were in two columns, for example, you'd have the date in one column and time in another column. In this case, the default is satisfactory. Date and time are in a single column. So we just click OK to accept the default. Then we get the prompt for how to select our data. And I'm going to select the data by using my Control and Shift keys, hitting end right, end down to grab all my data, and then click OK. Now ECAM pre-processes the data by dividing the timestamp into its component parts. So it'll pre-process the data from the full date and time, and also then year, month, day, and hour, and a couple of other things as well. There's a prompt here for whether ambient temperature is included. If it is, we click yes, and then we can click anywhere in the column with ambient temperature to identify the column that it's in, and this will allow the data to be pre-processed and binned. Okay, here is a new workbook that ECAM has created that's broken up the timestamp as I indicated. You can see we've got year, month and year together, the day, the hour, date and time separate. The weekday and the number of the weekday are also broken out. The data is also divided up into day types of weekday, Saturday, and Sunday, and a number of holidays are pre-programmed into ECAM, and there's a field to identify whether a particular date is a holiday or not. The holidays in ECAM correspond to the federal list of holidays. There is a provision for the next step to create a schedule, and then that will define time periods as whether they're occupied or unoccupied or startup or shutdown time periods. You can see that our weather data has been broken up into 1 degree and 5 degree bins to help your analysis if need be. And also it's broken up into 3 simple temperature ranges to perhaps facilitate analyzing things like economizers. So there's temperature range from below 55, 55 to 70, and above 70 degrees Fahrenheit. You can see our original data here in columns U and V are KW and the ambient temperature we started with. For now, we don't need to worry about these other things. They're things that are used internally by ECAM for certain calculations. So that's all we need to do to get started. In the next video, we'll show you the steps for scheduling.